For decades, the California dream was a powerful magnet, drawing millions seeking prosperity, innovation, and a sun-kissed lifestyle. However, recent years have seen this dream increasingly out of reach for many. California now boasts the highest poverty rate in the nation when factoring the cost of living, with 13.2% of its residents living in poverty in 2022, according to the Public Policy Institute of California's Supplemental Poverty Measure. The state's once booming middle class is shrinking, squeezed by astronomical housing costs and a widening income gap. Regulatory burdens, high taxes, and a perceived anti-business environment have prompted major corporations and countless residents to seek opportunities elsewhere. Critics argue that ambitious, often unfunded, state mandates have stifled economic growth and exacerbated social issues, leaving local municipalities struggling to cope. The question is no longer if the dream is tarnished, but whether it's fundamentally broken, with state-level policies often cited as the primary architect of this decline. L.A., under the microscope. When did the City of Angels fall? Los Angeles, the crown jewel of California, has historically epitomized the state's allure. Yet, the City of Angels now grapples with an array of crises that many attribute directly to local governance and planning failures. The most visible manifestation is the escalating homelessness crisis. In 2023, the Los Angeles County homeless count reached 75,518 individuals, an alarming 9% increase from the previous year, despite significant public spending on solutions. This crisis is intertwined with an intractable housing affordability problem, where the median home price in Los Angeles County soared to over $800,000 in early 2024, making homeownership a distant fantasy for most. Beyond housing, LA's infrastructure struggles with aging pipes, notorious traffic congestion, and a perceived decline in public safety, with certain crime categories seeing spikes. These issues are often framed as a direct consequence of city-level policies, planning decisions and budget allocations, or misallocations, that have failed to keep pace with growth and address critical social needs, allowing the city to slowly but perceptibly fall from its once lofty perch. Corruption and mismanagement, focusing on City Hall scandals versus state bureaucracy. Both Los Angeles City Hall and California state bureaucracy have faced their share of accusations regarding corruption and mismanagement, each contributing to public disillusionment and inefficiency. In Los Angeles, multiple high-profile corruption scandals have plagued City Hall in recent years, including federal indictments of council members for bribery, racketeering, and money laundering related to real estate developments. These incidents have eroded public trust and often led to gridlock on crucial policy decisions, diverting resources and attention from pressing urban issues. The perception is that local politics often prioritizes special interests over public good. On the state level, criticism often targets the vast bureaucracy and its perceived inefficiency in implementing programs, leading to significant cost overruns and delays in critical infrastructure projects. For instance, the California High-Speed Rail project, initially budgeted at $33 billion, now projects costs exceeding $100 billion with significant delays, symbolizing broader concerns about state oversight and accountability. While local scandals can be more sensational, the systemic issues within state bureaucracy can have a more pervasive and long-term impact on the entire populace. See, The Grand Escape, tracking the mass exodus and why people are leaving. The narrative of Californians packing up and leaving the state, often referred to as the California exodus, is more than anecdotal. It's a measurable demographic shift with profound implications. Between 2010 and 2020, California experienced a net loss of over 1 million residents to other U.S. states, according to census data, marking a significant reversal of historical trends. This outflow gained momentum during the pandemic, with estimates suggesting that in 2021, California's population decreased for the first time in its history. The primary drivers cited for this exodus are consistently high costs of living, particularly housing. The median home price statewide surpassed $830,000 in 2023, perceived declining quality of life, high taxes, and increasingly, concerns over public safety and educational quality. Many departing residents are middle-income families and businesses seeking more affordable pastures in states like Texas, Arizona, and Nevada, taking their tax dollars and entrepreneurial spirit with them. While Los Angeles often represents the epicenter of these problems, the decisions to leave are frequently a reaction to overarching state policies and economic conditions that make staying untenable for a growing segment of the population. The commute conundrum: LA's traffic versus California's transit neglect. Los Angeles traffic is legendary, a symbol of urban dysfunction that epitomizes a decline for many residents. In 2023, LA consistently ranked among the top 10 most congested cities globally, with drivers spending an average of 95 hours stuck in traffic annually, according to INRIC's data. This chronic congestion is often seen as a failure of local urban planning and a reliance on car-centric infrastructure over robust public transit. Billions have been spent on freeway expansions, yet the problem persists. However, the issue extends beyond LA's city limits. Critics argue that California's state-level investment in modern, efficient public transportation outside of specific urban hubs has been insufficient, forcing continued reliance on cars and contributing to regional gridlock. While Measure M and other local initiatives aim to expand LA's metro system, state funding for broader, interconnected transit networks has often lagged, failing to create a seamless alternative to driving across vast distances. The ongoing debate pits LA's localized gridlock against the broader state-level neglect of integrated transit solutions, making it difficult to pinpoint whether the primary fault lies with city planners or state infrastructure PRI. Orides, is it too late? A call to action for the state and the city. The question of who is to blame, California or Los Angeles, for the current decline is complex, with both entities sharing responsibility. It's not too late to reverse course, but it requires a unified and data-driven approach. For Los Angeles, a renewed focus on fiscal responsibility and accountability in City Hall is paramount to rebuild public trust and ensure that taxpayer money is effectively addressing crises like homelessness and housing. The city must streamline its notoriously slow permitting processes, incentivize affordable housing development aggressively, and bolster public safety initiatives with clear metrics. For California, the state must reevaluate its regulatory framework and tax policies to create a more business-friendly environment that retains companies and jobs, stemming the exodus. A critical reassessment of infrastructure spending, particularly in public transit and water management, is also essential. Collaborative efforts between state and local governments are vital, moving beyond blame to implement cohesive strategies that tackle affordability, congestion, and social welfare. This requires political courage, a willingness to challenge established norms.